Marathons. Just the name suggests something that takes it to the next level. Like, who would put another word before marathon just to make it sound more terrifying? And why pick ultra and not extra or a little bit more marathon? It's because the people that run them are glorious nut jobs. And yes, there are levels even within ultra. Of course, at the top you have races like the Barkley Marathons that has less finishers than years in existence and is affectionately known as the race that eats its young. You have Badwater, Western States 100, UTMB, Marathon des Sables, and so many more. But actually, an ultramarathon is any distance over a marathon. So when I got lost on my first ever marathon and ran 2 kilometers more than I was supposed to, I actually ran an ultra on a technicality. Weak, I know, but I will take it. In fact, here's me running my first actual ultramarathon, a 55-kilometer race on the North Downs, and it was as brutal as it was beautiful. But they can be looked at as the ultimate test of not only body, but mind. That's the real next level. What happens when your body and mind are screaming at you to stop? You step up, that's what. So when we were offered the chance to do a new, exciting type of virtual ultramarathon, I, of course, said no. But Mary said yes, and that's where this epic and bonkers story begins. Let's just start this video by saying one important thing. You ready? We have to go downwards. We've got the band back together. Hey! Look at that. She's back with us. Hi. So Winnie's back out running. We've built her running up gradually and she's come out with us today on our half marathon. We're going to drop her off after 16k because we don't think she's quite up to the full thing, but let's get going. It's exciting times. Family is whole once again, band back together, and we're going to talk about Mary's decision to run an ultramarathon next month. So, Mary, ultramarathon, talk to me.
I thought, why not?
You know,
there's not much else going on.
Only a few videos ago, we were training you for a 5k.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, we need to pick that apart, but there is a reasoning behind it. This is not just, a 5k ultramarathon, we'll put it all together. We've got a plan. This is our turnaround point, so we're just past 8k. Like we say, we're dropping Winnie off at 16k and then 5k more. But your ultramarathon is in 5 weeks tomorrow. Today, 5 weeks today. Now, we actually talked already about the ultramarathon that Mary's doing when we did
Call chat.
Do you think I'd have to do special effects every time I say
Call chat?
You set a precedent.
I have. Well, what if you say it? See if it happens. I think it still happened. Anyway, and we will have
Call chat.
That's 4 times later today. But so that we can explain it a little bit more eloquently, articulately, why not get it come from the horse's mouth? Sorry about calling a professional ultra runner a horse. I didn't mean it like that, but I suppose a thoroughbred in some ways. What I actually meant was I'm hopefully going to cut to Paul Giblin, professional ultra runner, the person that came up with Team Pylon and the mad professor behind this crazy ultra idea that's, I don't think is the same as any other ultra you'll have heard of. It's a virtual ultra, but it's an exciting ultra. Anyway, hopefully Paul is going to explain.
Hello, I'm Paul. I'm the guy behind the Pylon Exposure event. I'm a full-time ultra runner. I'm normally travelling the world doing some of the biggest and boldest events on the planet. That hasn't been happening of late, obviously, with the whole pandemic situation. So we managed to take some time to create this new event. It's the first one that we've ever put on, and we're really excited about it because it's going to give you that live racing experience. It's called Pylon Exposure. you're going to have to surrender some control and be slightly vulnerable if you're brave enough to take it on. There are basically 3 events. There's a 6 hour, a 12 hour and a 24 hour. Now you won't know how far you have to run until the hour of that next exposure. So we'll basically send you a message and it might say something like you have to cover 4 miles in the next hour. So if you're in the 6 hour event, there'll be 6 exposures, 12, there'll be 12, 24, obviously 24. So it'll be up to you then to decide how best to pace that. So if you've got 4 miles to do and you're really keen and you're really fast and you want to end up on the leaderboard, you might go out and run every exposure as fast as you can. And it gives you a wee bit more recovery time potentially when you get back home again. Or you can pace it. If you're going to have to survive for a long time, you might want to take it easy. Get yourself back, don't push too hard early on to save yourself some energy for later. So it's going to be a proper physical and mental challenge, which makes it different from a lot of the other virtual events. It's great if you want to try and take on a longer distance for the first time. If you've never run an ultra, but you can maybe do a marathon or half marathon, the 6 hour event could be a fantastic way for you to go. And that you'll be coming home. If you're starting from home, you're probably going to be coming home every hour. Gives you a chance to refuel and change your socks and change your shoes and get ready for the next exposure. It's also great if you want to practice racing. If you're already a keen ultra runner, you've done a lot of races. We've been so out of practice for the last obviously 12 months. Most of us haven't raced, so it's a great way to get back into racing and fueling your race properly and deciding on your pacing strategy and getting yourself ready mentally for racing again when live racing comes back. And it's just going to be a really good challenge. We're all going to start at the same time, so it's not like cover X amount of miles whenever you want over the course of a week. This is like a proper race. You'll be racing against people, we'll be giving you updates about what's happening, and you'll obviously get your exposure every hour about the next distance that you have to run. So if you're interested, check out the website at pylonultra.com/exposure. It's going to be a fantastic event. I think Ben or Mary are going to join us on one of them, which is great. We're excited about that too. So check it out. Join us. We'd love to see you there. This is going to be the first of many more events, we hope. So you could be there the first time that exposure has gone live. You're going to have to be vulnerable. You're going to have to be brave and to take it on. And we hope we'll see you there. So thanks for listening. Speak to you soon. Bye.
So there you have it, Mare. You have committed to running 50 kilometers within 6 hours, not knowing how much you're going to run per hour. So this ultra is as much of a planning and mind mission than it is a running mission. I think it's very much a mental game, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, I think it's nice that that's the focus rather than the distance, really. It's like tackling the challenge of hour by hour. So I don't know, it feels more doable somehow, but could be my famous last words.
No, I think you're right, and I think although Mary's currently running a half marathon every week, hasn't gone above that, of course does have marathon running in her legs, so that's a huge bonus, but not for a while. So you know, we're going to have to gradually build up your mileage, but when I say gradually, we've got 5 weeks, so it's a balance, and we're going to tell you how we're going to do that. So actually, my first thought was, how do you even train for something like this? It's a non-continuous ultra. It's kind of the gateway ultra, but it's as much about stopping and starting and planning as it is running. So do I plan for multiple run days with Mary? Do I plan for building the volume? A little bit of both. And I was a little bit lost, so I had a quick chat with John Connolly, who you might know from some of the other videos. He's actually run an ultramarathon with me. He gave me some advice. Just a little sit down. We think when he's just processing a few things. This is where it all happened for her a few weeks ago when she had a bad day. So we're just going to chill out. And what John told us actually really put your mind at ease and put my mind at ease, didn't it?
Yeah, it's very reassuring.
He told us that we don't need to focus on multiple runs in a day. In fact, Mary could do the ultramarathon today. She has that distance or similar distances in her legs. This is more about just building the volume in at that time that we have.
Yeah.
But also coming up with a game plan for the day is more important.
Yeah, and I think conditioning, so just getting my body as like
Ready for the
honed
stop-start.
and yeah, strength and conditioning and stuff like that.
Yeah, he did say go hard on the strength and conditioning, keep that body ready, so that's what we're going to do. And you might be asking, how are we factoring in Mary's 5k? Well, it is still in the plans. I don't see anything changing in that because she's got enough speed work in her legs. We are building a little bit of the volume, but a 5k hard one of the days, it's not going to make too much difference. We're just going to probably wait for another week or so until we hit the Easter holidays and you feel a little bit more rested, because it is intense in term time, right?
Yeah, and it just gives us more flexibility. Like I could do it mid-morning in the week, because the weekends are hard when we're keeping going with the long run.
Yeah, we can almost pick a day and go.
Look for the right weather.
Yeah. Bye. So while we're waiting for Mary, let's talk about how I'm going to try to achieve this based on what John said, based on my knowledge, and based on what I think an ultramarathon is going to take out of Mary. And it's not just a physical toll, it's a mental toll. My plan is over the next 5 weeks, I am going to build just an additional little bit, 10% on top of each of the half marathons that she does as her long run. I'm probably going to add a couple of shorter runs in terms of just increasing general volume but keeping it safe. So not all of her runs are going to go sky high in terms of distance, and I'm probably going to just wind down the speed work for just a short while because I just want to get her to the start line in a good place. I said it plays into our hands because we love planning, being meticulous and executing a plan on the day.
Definitely. I mean, I'm rubbish at sticking to plans, but I like plans.
Yeah, but who's going to be with you every step of the way?
You.
Exactly. So I can hopefully help you stick to the plan, right?
Yeah. And it's not like a marathon where I think I can manage sticking to a plan here. I think.
Because the plan's not just about pacing, where sometimes a run, the plan is just about pacing.
Yeah.
Whereas this is about everything.
I think because life's been pretty dull, like there's been little variety and we haven't been able to do much. This is something completely new for me. Like even doing another virtual race might not feel as exciting, but this is so different. So it's giving me that kind of new adventure excitement that I haven't felt much for ages.
And all there really is to do now is keep the joy levels coming, build the running a little bit, and just find the excitement in every run, and I think we'll get to the ultramarathon in good shape. Just like that, that's another half marathon in the bag. How many?
Number 9.
And actually, the only reason we do any of this, and certainly the reason that we're doing the ultra marathon, is, well, you know what's coming, right? Boom! It's the real time, and it's time for that would have been a good one. What the reviewers are saying and what the papers are saying is that this is the best segment. Car chat. People know we probably have to make merchandise saying car chat, maybe a line of stationery, the works. No? Welcome to Car Chat. I thought we would just talk about why Mary has taken on this challenge when it's only 5 weeks away and it is an ultra marathon. Mary?
Got no idea what I was thinking.
No, that's not a good answer.
No, the real answer is that I just looked at it and thought it looked really exciting. And I thought I just looked at it and thought that will challenge me. It's doable, but it will be a really good challenge. And
keep going. Sorry, I took you off your track.
You know, like we talk about challenge all the time and we're always telling other people, like, go out of your comfort zone and
dream big.
So I thought I've got to eat my own biscuits. Is that the
It's not a saying. Yeah.
Shouldn't be saying. I thought you'd like that. I just made it up on the spot.
We tell everyone to do everything all the time, so I just thought, I'll just eat my own biscuits here on this one.
You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah, no.
you know, we've got to...
Eat your own biscuits.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Ultimately, what you're saying, I think, is that we are telling people to find the joy, we're telling people to go outside of their comfort zone, we're telling people to believe bigger than what they can currently do. And if you'd have told yourself at the start of this, when you started your running journey, when you couldn't even run 5k, you were going to run an ultramarathon, you wouldn't even believe your biscuits.
It's the next step, isn't it? And it's a nice step into the world of ultra.
Yeah. You know, it's an exciting concept, and we would say, if anyone's even thinking about it, if you think you're near that level, then get yourself on board, do this. That's the point of making this video, is because, you know, not only am I going to make a video about it, obviously, we're kind of encouraging people that are near that thinking, I guess. I'm not saying if you've run 5k, let's go do this ultramarathon. But if you've run marathons previously, you're training for something of that ilk, get involved.
Yeah, let's do it. Also, I'm just going to show how perfect that is.
What, your bite?
No, the level, the layers.
Coming up, I'm making a video on whether double run days are a good thing or a bad thing. Unfortunately for me, and thanks to you, so thanks a lot, I don't know why I even run this channel, Mary is picking all of my training next week.
Well done, everybody that commented. I get to choose all of Ben's training sessions for next week, and I've got some pretty good ideas.
This is... I don't know why I agree to these things.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Right, see you Wednesday.